Hi there, guys. Here I am gonna be talking about some films. Um, okay, I've seen R.I.P.D. R.I.P.D. The rest. I'm gonna try my best to just keep this like about a minute or so per film, but who knows? They might each get their separate reviews. But anyways, during my week hiatus from YouTube, I've seen R.I.P.D. Rest in Peace Department, and I thought the trailer, I thought that it looked, from the trailers I've seen for that film, from the trailers I've seen of that film, and practically everything in that trailer made me go like, wow, this looks fucking awesome. You have Jeff Bridges, you have um, Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds recently died, recently died, and now he's a part of the RIPD department. And from that trailer, I didn't really remember. It didn't really call out Men in Black. It didn't really feel like it was a Men in Black ripoff. But after watching it a little bit, it's abundantly clear that they ripped off some of the shit from Men in Black, and it's just not as good as it's not. I thought that would be amazing. Seriously, I thought R.I.P.D. would be amazing. But honestly, I was disappointed. Disappointed. The trailer had a lot going for it. Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds look like they would have some good charisma, but it's not there. It's not there, and yeah, it just was really dull, and it was just not a really good film. I was heavily disappointed in that film. Then I saw Man of Steel. Man of Steel. To be um, I just, I'm not really into superhero movies, but I always get myself caught into watching them, and this is one of the two superhero movies that I watched, and Man of Steel was just a bad movie. Bad movie. It just was a bad movie. Yeah, it was just a bad movie. I didn't really care for it much. It just wasn't a good film. I don't know what the hell happened to Zack Snyder. This man done a terrific job with Watchmen, and he done a terrific job with Watchmen, and there must be another film. Oh, 300. I kind of go off and on with 300. Sometimes I like it, and sometimes I don't. But you think that a director would make the ultimate Superman movie, and ultimately it wasn't that good. I wasn't really impressed with it. I just thought that it was dull, um, dull. And the thing is that people, it, 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 sure it sure it kept somewhat of realism. Sure, it kept was somewhat of realism with with the film, but ultimately, come on, people. It's not the most realistic superhero movie that I have ever seen. It's there's a fucking alien dude who comes from the sky and be the hero, and it's not realistic. The people that do go, whatever. The Conjuring. I've seen The Conjuring, and to be honest, The Conjuring was actually not bad. I really enjoyed The Conjuring. See, The Conjuring, kind of made me impressed with James Wan. I think it's James Wan. Yeah, it's James Wan. Um, yeah, it made me impressed with James Wan because it's a solid film. It didn't have it's what I, as a horror fan, demand from a horror film. Horror film. It was seriously not. It wasn't lazily written like Saw was. Saw was lazily written. Dev's um, Dead what that other doll movie that James Wan did? That was horribly written, and it basically was. If you had Insidious, you set in the 70s, and it actually was a good film. I didn't like Insidious, but The Conjuring really was a good film. Had a it had a lot of scares, and a good character development, and a lot of likable characters, and it just deserved its R rating due to the scares. Yeah, you you seriously thought if the scares weren't there, you would go like, this is just PG-13. But this is just, I'm not really gonna be criticizing the ratings, but The Conjuring was actually pretty good. It kind of gets me excited for James Wan in Insidious Chapter 2, which may be the same shit. I don't really understand why James Wan's doing two ghost movies in the same year. It just really makes sense to me. Yeah, then we have Death Race 3, Inferno, and yeah, that movie was laughably bad. Okay, I have seen that Sylvester Stallone Death Race film, nor do I really have a plan to. I haven't even seen that Jason Statham movie Death Race 2000 that Paul W.S. Anderson did, but I have seen Death Race 2. I forgot I don't believe that it has a subtitle, but it was just the Death Race 2 was just some brain dead fun. It had a brain dead fun atmosphere. If you brain dead fun feel to it, but if you had your brain on, it wasn't that good. But Death Race 3 was just, it's like the acting and the whole quality of the film was a huge downgrade, because I caught myself laughing, and I'll be honest, laughing at some of the scenes that weren't supposed to be funny, and ultimately, it just made me laugh. And it was a downgrade of all the actors. I've seen John Carpenter's 1980 The Fog, and yeah, that's a good film. I'm not really a huge John Carpenter fan because I kind of find him overrated. But yeah, I've seen John Carpenter's The Fog, and it's not as good as people claim it to be. And the first 24 minutes of it were a bit of a bit of like too much going on, but ultimately had a few good things. It had a decent makeup and a few scenes, and it just was a good film. It was character development. I grew up watching the 2005 remake, and I don't really remember much about that particular remake. But so the last film I've seen is The Wolverine. The Wolverine. And I'm not a big fan of the X-Men movies. I already done an X-Men series review, and I don't really like them. And the Wolverine, kind of made me have an appreciation for X-Men Origins Wolverine, because at least that was shitty fun. The Wolverine wasn't a good film. It sure has some very attractive Asian ladies in it, but ultimately it didn't really have anything of merit to it. I didn't really like it. So yeah, this has been recently viewed Cinema 1. Hopefully, I'm just more preferential to giving each film a separate review, separate video, and going in depth with it, but I'm not in the mood to be spending hours, because if I had my mind clear, I would have done it better. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.